Hello YouTubers, sup, my name is Ryu for the Council Network. Welcome to the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice discussion video. Basically we go over everything about the trailer from Comic-Con 2015 from San Diego. I am super hyped for this movie, it drops next year. I'm rooting for Batman, just throwing that out there now. I am rooting for Batman. I can't stand Superman, he has no damn flaws. I can't stand him. I'm sorry. I know the whole kryptonite thing's supposed to be a flaw, but still. I'm not even going into that whole discussion. That's a whole nother video for a whole nother time. So, trailer dropped out. You can see it on YouTube, on their front page, Warner Brothers Pictures. You can see it right there. And just in case you haven't seen it, this is insane. So, before we get to Suicide Squad, I have to talk about this first. So, I was not hyped for this movie. I'm not a Superman fan. I did see The Last Man of Steel. I didn't really care for it. I thought the flashbacks were not placed out very well. I thought the timing, when they did the flashbacks, it just took you away. It took you out of the movie. But this one kind of seems to be doing that same kind of style. That's okay, because we got Batman kicking Superman's ass, and that makes me happy. Honestly, I was one of those guys that I didn't think Ben Affleck would have it in him to do the role of Batman. You know, when you look at all the other Batmans. But seeing this trailer, it's starting to sell me just a little bit. So Superman's flying into the White House, an opening scene. Obviously, this is after, the Man of Steel. Right after it, Zod got killed. They destroyed a bunch of shit. Gotham and Metropolis are right next to each other. And then we have a scene of Bruce running down, saving a little girl while the whole fucking building's going down. Now, Batman time frame, just so it's clear for anyone who doesn't understand the whole thing. Think of it this way. This is like after Dark Knight Rises if Robin was a thing. So let's phrase it this way. Jason Todd died by the hands of the Joker. Has not come back as Red Hood yet, from what we know. Joker's still alive. Probably broke out of Arkham by this point because of what we see later in the trailer. And Suicide Squad will lead into that whole thing, the beef between them. So hopefully Leto will come back as a Joker again, but we'll get into that. So we have a giant scene of Bruce just running in there, and I'm like, holy crap, this is amazing, and he's holding a little girl while, the buildings are falling and shit. It's dramatic. And that's probably because over in Metropolis, now remember, in this universe, they're right next to each other. It's like saying you have Manhattan and Brooklyn. They're right next to each other by a few miles. So they feel the shockwaves in Gotham. Gotham is falling down as a city because of the fight of Zod and Supes. So Batman's starting to feel guilt because obviously in the following scene that we see in the trailer, he's holding a paper, and in that paper it basically says you let them die. Now, I gotta give credit here, only a dozen people died. Now, don't get me wrong, it's terrible when someone dies, but Jesus Christ, only a dozen? You should be a little bit happy, but obviously on there it's written in red, you let your family die. I wonder who that could be from. My money's on the Joker. It's just on the Joker. Now, I don't want to say we'll see the Joker in this movie. This movie's pretty damn filled as it is. I know there's rumors about Doomsday being in this movie. It's kind of a wait and see guy. I do think Joker may have like a 5-second cameo or something, just as a flashback. But we could see, Ben Affleck starting to train, doing the CrossFit training. Now, there's a shot of the Batman costume at 1:03, 1 minute and 3 seconds. I'm very precise about this shit. And honestly, this looks sick as a Batman costume. I know we've seen it in a few other trailers, but you just see a little more of the cave. You got an Alfred, pretty young Alfred. He's only like 10 years older than like Affleck. It's insane. But this Batman's fucking insane because he brands people with a bat. Like, when was the time you heard that? Obviously, typical Bat scene, and Soup's trying to use Metropolis to go against, the paper, to go against Bat. They're pretty much going to throw everything at each other. And then in the trailer we have people on a house, from a flood, whatever, destruction that needs saving. And then his mom's, saying, Clark, you don't know these people nothing. Now, the one thing in the following scene afterwards I still don't understand is why these people have zombie faces. I like turtles. Like, they have a lot of that going on for them. I don't know why they have that. Maybe because they're supposed to be soulless. And that's the, that's the thing of it. They look at Supes like, oh my god, he's God. I can understand why, fucking guy has all the powers in the world and like no weakness at this point. It's kind of moment. So, right afterwards, we see Jesse Eisenberg, a name was coming back to me, as Lex Luthor. I don't know. Again, it's kind of one of those roles. I don't know if he's actually going to fit in there. I give the guy credit. I believe he can. I believe any actor could pull it off, especially after Heath Ledger as a Joker. No one thought he'd be able to do it. Afterwards, we're all praising his performance even after he's gone. So you never know. You never know what will happen when it comes to roles and people being in them. So I like to just see what happens. I'm not too keen on it. Again, I'm not a giant Soup fan. We have Zod, like a fucking dead body Zod. Something tells me they're gonna bring his ass back. Maybe we'll see Lazarus Pit, whatever. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna bring him back. And then we get into Ben Affleck in the Batcave, or what looks like the Batcave, and in there is a mantle of the Robin suit. Now, I'm gonna say this once. That is Jason Todd right there, and on the suit it says "ha ha ha," Joker something. I forgot exactly what it said. Like, completely forgot what it said, but it's just insane to see that. Like, that's, Joker's on you, Batman. Ha ha ha, joke's on you, Batman. There we go. Okay. Because I actually have in front of me, like, viewing it back. So, Jason Todd's dead. I don't know if we got to a third Robin. He pretty much handed up the cape 20 years ago. They, say that in the thing. So at this point, Bat's got to be in his 50s, like close to it. It's got to be at least close to his 50s. I believe that's a shot of Wonder Woman right after, in her normal day stuff. And then we got people bowing to Soups. Now we got Mecha Batman going off to the side. Now, I don't understand why Batman's turning on his light again. Maybe that's supposed to call Soups over like, hey, it's time we fight, bitch. Because obviously at some point he's going to find out that Clark Kent is Soups. So it's Batman. He's the fucking god of detective stuff. But he's got that mechanized armor from The Dark Knight Rises. Wait. I believe I said that wrong. I'm just going to phrase it this way. The Frank Miller graphic novel. Great novel, by the way. Obviously, we're getting flashbacks for Bruce's parents because it's the first time of being introduced. It's not like, no one knows who Batman is or his backstory. They're just playing safe. We got a shot of Wonder Woman fighting with Superman. That is fucking insane. And then we have Batman coming out of some kind of thing, and then a bunch of guys with S's on them with guns trying to kill Batman. Obviously, Batman's taking their asses down. So lots of Batman in this movie. Hopefully, that'll definitely be a thing. Hopefully, like, what I'm trying to say here, before we talk about, like, the final minute here of the trailer, I'm hoping we get at least 45 minutes of just Batman action, just beating the shit out of Superman. But I know there's got to be a lot of build up towards it. I just don't want no, like, 15-minute movie fight, and then that's that, and leave it for Justice League. We're friends now. Kryptonite shown, Batman slamming Soups through a fucking window, Wonder Woman getting bashed, Superman flying, and then, shooting the laser beam. Scene right after is taken right out of The Dark Knight. The Frank Miller book. I had a nerdgasm when I saw that. I could not believe it. Because never in my life did I think we see Batman vs. Superman. But, it's one of those things. It's just insane. There's a lot of fighting in this thing. But here's my one problem with the trailer, looking back at it, is what else are they going to show? That's not going to spoil the movie while promoting it for 10 more months. Yeah, I'm really happy they showed this trailer off. But for 10 more months, how are you going to promote it without pretty much giving another 90% of the movie away? And it's something that, it's not just, to be fair, it's not just this movie. It's a lot of movies that do that nowadays. And then, final scene that we're talking about is the Batmobile. Basically looks like from The Dark Knight Rises. And Batman's coming out of it. There's one screw up here. At least I feel it's a screw up. Those are gas tanks, and you're standing having a showdown. Why are you standing there with these fucking gas tanks? Those should be exploding. Get out of there. Use your head. And then obviously, it's a comic book movie, so you gotta let it go. I can't be like that. But very excited for this movie. Very excited for the trailer. It's coming out March 25th, 2016. And we'll be doing a review then. I'm very, very excited for this movie. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments below. I'll catch you later, probably tomorrow, with the Suicide Squad trailer thoughts.